And we're live. And you're letting go. This is video. Alexa, set an alarm for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
You know, come prepared. Dare to prepare. Let me see what what number we're on. I apologize. I like to do things. Oh, wow, we're on video 6. I apologize. Okay. Shakti, Namaste. You're waking up with me. Yeah, my morning face, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? What are we going to talk about? Okay, cigarettes and coffee. Get your bong hits. Coffee, like tea. We're going to wake up. Good morning, good evening, and good night wherever you are. My name is Kirk Kerber. I'm a professional healer. And stepping up to master healing in this lifetime. I'm what am I? Okay, and what are we going to talk about? Okay, this is video number 6. So I highly suggest you go back to the home page and find video number 1 if you haven't, and begin at the beginning, which is always a good idea. So I have the topics here, and I have been instructed by my gift and the shamans and my lineage and my ancestors. Shakti Namaste. Shakti Namaste. I recognize the divine in you. Today we're going to talk about how to identify, and we're going to talk about the spiritual world, and there's an overworld. There's up to 22 dimensions, and I kind of work in 4, 5, 6, and 7 max. I don't go any higher. I don't need to. Some people want to go to like the outer nether regions of the universe, and it just takes too much bandwidth. You know what I mean? Like, all of my bros on the other side hang out in the 5th dimension. And so that's where I get the information from my clients and channel divine intelligence from there. So as a master healer, don't ever make the mistake that the God force is you. I mean, it is you, and it's everywhere. It's in every single breath. But when you're channeling for a client, just remember, if you think it's coming out of you personally, you're going to get depleted, okay? Let's, yeah, I like cigarettes and coffee. A word about purity. People are hung up on purity, and I think it's just another ego trap. You don't have to be pure to, enter the kingdom and be in the temple. So right now, we do purify, and you're always being purified, and you don't really, sign of the cross, around the crown chakra, brow chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, to the right, to the left, back, above, and below, okay? There you go. And so we're clearing the space. This is for you baby witches, you old witches, you're Buddha, you're an old Buddha, a new Buddha. This is really, it's about being alive in a body and healing. I don't know, it's just Kirk Kerber specific you know, I am my own brand, so to speak. It's like I walked into this body in the 60s. According to Bashar, everybody's only 60 seconds old. So you've kind of got, you know, you're in the temple with the smoke, because there's always smoke and incense in the temple, right? And it opens up the divine portals. So just a little bit. So we burned our white sage. And now we got the awesome Nag Champa as well to, you know, you gotta involve all your senses, okay, in healing. So, yep, lots of smoke around here. And now that Snuggles is gone, you guys have been watching it. My familiar, my little doggy angel helper. She passed, she transitioned. So, yep, she's gone. And I'm sad. And I'll miss her. But everybody says she's coming back. Shakti. So, we're going to put this aside. So, if you want to know what kind of incense I use, it's Nag Champa. You can get it on Amazon. God bless Jeff Bezos. I mean, whatever you think of Amazon, he's a certified genius. You know what I'm saying? He is a genius of the genius. So we got that going on. Okay, so here's your candle. It could be love. It can be money. And say you're like looking for divine protection. You can make your own oils. You can make your own divine protection oils. Just stick with me, guys. Just stick with me, okay? We're having 3 conversations at the same time in several universes right now. So I make my own oils for my clients. So this is really like the... This is really potent shit. This is like 20 years old. It's been on the altar. I've prayed over it. I've meditated over it. I've channeled energy into this essence, and it's divine protection. It's for me and my clients. So you can make your own. There's lots of formulas. You know, I just kind of, you know, I had a channeling from a very high-powered psychic, my psychic, Jessie Ann Nichols George. She's like $700 an hour. No apology there. And she's worth it. I hired her for 15 minutes. Boy, that was the best 15 minutes I ever spent of money. Anyway, so... So, you can make your own oils. Jessie Ann Nichols George, she said, you're an old soul alchemist. I see you mixing things. And if you can see the altar, I mix potent blends of essences for myself and my clients. So, frankincense and myrrh, I cannot remember how I did not write the recipe down. It's just magic in a bottle. It's magic protection. So, you know, you want to open up the channel. You want to invite your senses. You want to stimulate all your senses and open everything up. So, divine protection here. Mostly on the crown. Third eye, brow chakra, and both your hands. Okay, so yeah, the Messiah is the anointed one. That's what it means. So make sure you anoint yourself and your clients. And so there's going to be some witches out there watching this, you know, that you make your own oils, you make your own potent essences to heal. Now, how you heal is your business, but I'm going to tell you something that the divine power comes through you, and if you think it's coming out of you, then your gift gets depleted, you get depleted, and you get exhausted, and then, you know, the universe makes you lay down in bed for a year to replenish. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about you so much. It's about divine intelligence manifesting through you. So if you're young, you could be a teenager in your 20s, and you have the raw gift of talent, and you know you have the gift. And the gift can be several things. It could be Reiki. It can be a medical intuitive. You know, my gift materializes as a full trance medium, channeler, healer. So we've opened up the portals. We're in a trance state now, basically. And so we've lit the candle. We've started the incense. We burned the sage to clear the space. You can also, if you know, some people like to clear the space themselves, or you can ask your spirit guides. Spirit guides, please clear the space. Angels. I work with angels. Absolutely. You know, the question comes up, and it came up yesterday. Somebody asked me, do you believe in God? You must be an atheist. If you're a medium and a psychic, then you don't believe in God. Bullshit. Nothing could be farther than the truth. So here we have some sandalwood. Okay, so that's going on. Get that up in your nose. Okay. And we have some patchouli around here somewhere. So patchouli is always a good thing. Let's see. We have, lavender. So, yeah, it costs a lot of money to, people are like, why do you charge? You have any idea how much all this shit costs? I mean, it's like unbelievable. So, yeah, we're just talking informal, just us Buddhas, just us healers, just us witches. How to identify. I don't know. There's no, I got initiated as a shaman over a period of 25 years. It doesn't just happen by taking a course. There's people that are charging and telling you can be a shaman if you just read this book or go to a drum circle. Like I said, if I sing a song, these are a few of my favorite things. It doesn't mean I'm going to, go to Carnegie Hall and people are going to pay, have $500 a ticket to see me. So, healers are actually, you're kind of slated at the beginning. Healers they walk in as healers. You know what I mean? Let's put it that way. But, you got to remember, this lifetime is the lifetime you were trying to create 3 lifetimes ago. And so now this lifetime is setting you up for the next 3 lifetimes. You know what I mean? So you have to understand there's a continuity here. So you're getting ready to be a master healer maybe in this lifetime. So you have the intention of healing, and you're a medium soul. I don't believe in soul age, even though it does exist. But really, out of body, time doesn't exist. So soul age doesn't matter. But you do accrue intelligence and power over several lifetimes. Okay. Coffee. 15 minutes. So I want you to just relax as a healer and just come to the breath and come into your body, you know. A person like me, I was born psychic. I was born with my higher centers open, and boy, did I suffer because of it. Oh boy, they knocked me around like you can't believe. I got booted out of my body violently several times. And it's really only by God's grace I'm alive. I've been put back together 5 times. I mean, literally, I had to be energetically rebuilt 5 times. So, okay, so let's talk about chaos. I've got chaos on the topics board. It's not about power, it's about grace. Shakti. So, you know, the basic idea here on planet Earth, you get a body, you forget who you are, so you can come here and have the experience, and then in your body, remember that you're divine intelligence, and you're your own divine expression, and you got to work your way into it. In today's world, you can get validation and mirroring and feedback and find your own witchy, Buddha, healer, shaman self. It takes a while. So if you know that you walked in with some kind of gift, then it's your responsibility to rise up and meet the gift. And you have to ask the gift, where do you want to go? What do you want me to do? So there's a lot of meditation. Right now, my spirit guides told me, I tell people you should never go off camera, you know what I mean? But because this is, it's raw and it's morning and I'm doing this as a loving service, then I get to do whatever the fuck I want to do. You want to watch it and you get something out of it, great, stay here, okay? And if you want some kind of really, perfectly packaged thing and video, go to the next video, okay? Let me shut the window. Oh. I don't know if I'm, right now I'm not here to really look good. I'm here to give you the information that my guides want me to give you. Want you to give me. All right. Seriously, yeah, there was a lot of damage. And I think if you're an old soul and you're in your 50s or 60s and you're watching this, we all got damage. You get a wound no matter what. Everybody gets a wound, especially in the healing arts. Wounded healers that's the drill. You get the wound, then you got to heal the wound with your higher power. And some people don't make it. They're like, I'm done. They might have an exit point on their soul plan, and they're just, hang on. Let's turn this down a little bit. You can get lost in the material world, in the sensuality, in the drugs, in the sex, in the food, in the alcohol. I mean, there's a lot here. It's a big party. And, so I've been sober, clean and sober. So I have been purifying for about 40 years now, and with meditation. And also, every time you help somebody, you get healed. So we walk in, we get brutalized. Everybody gets brutalized, and most of it happens from your family, really. I'm sorry to say. And then your family gives you the wound, then you walk around with the wound, then you go to school and the kids smell a wound that you're wounded, and they just attack. And it's the more sensitive you are, the more vicious it can be. And the more light you walk in with, the more you're going to get attacked in the beginning, and you got to heal it. And so by you healing your wound, you know how to heal others. And so these parts of your brain that normally wouldn't open up, and you become, either full-blown psychic as a kid, or you walk in psychic and even more psychic ability opens up because of the trauma. So every cloud has a silver lining. So let's see, magic, medicine, miracles. You guys know I'm mourning the death of my little familiar Buddha, so I got this picture of her. So if you guys don't know what Snuggles looks like, look at, I feel love just looking at her. So she's on the altar too. So that's Snuggles, and I saved one of her chew sticks. She chewed this, and so I'm never gonna throw that away. So I love Snuggles. Snuggles is coming back, and I really truly appreciate all the comments about Kirk. I'm so sorry about your dog. Her proper name was Serena, which is the goddess of prosperity and wealth. And I asked her what her name was when she was a puppy. So your animals walk in with their own name. So you have to ask them, what's your name? And they'll tell you. Anyways, okay, here we are in body. I don't know how it happened. And so, okay, first thing, we have chaos and how to identify. So chaos, you're going to step into chaos in the material world. You open your eyes, you're unbelievably sensitive. You're a little tiny Buddha in a little tiny body, and here comes abuse and insanity and chaos and desire and sex. Most of the old soul healers I know, were probably sexually violated several times. It's just kind of in the file. So, you've got Uncle Kirk telling you you can walk through it, you can walk out of it, you can heal the wound, and let go of all the traumas. You're here to break the trauma lineage right now. You can do, I'm finding my breath. You can do tie cutting. Archangels will help you with tie cutting. Your ancestors will help you. If your ancestral line is toxic and evil, cut it and get rid of it. Bruce Lee, better to be alone than to be in bad company. During COVID, all I wore was the same t-shirt and pajamas, just like you, everybody else. We sat in our house for a year and didn't change our pajamas. Now I put on clothes. It just feels weird to wear normal clothes. I have a bunch of suits and really nice clothes, and it just feels weird to have go outside and wear clothes, put on shoes. Okay. So the world is full of chaos and desire, and here's my magic wand. You're in a sea of desire and chaos. So of course, especially these 5-star, you're a water sign. You know what I mean? Cancer, Scorpio. You're hypersensitive. If you send an electrical current through water, it'll go anywhere. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what you are. The main healers that walk in to be healers are usually a water sign. But it could be any sign. But you know, you have to do sun, moon, rising. You got to find your Lilith. You got to find your North Node, and astrology is unbelievably involved, and it can tell you what your last lifetime was, and what you're working on in your next lifetime. So that's all like in your astrological grid, and my astrologer is Liz Pressman. You can find her on Facebook. I highly recommend her. And yeah, Shakti Namaste to Liz. Liz, she did my chart and Snuggles' chart. It's called the Synergy, you find out. Anyways, I talked about it in other videos. So, okay. So, you're in the chaos. And you have to be the calm in the middle of a shitstorm of political, sexual, psychic chaos. And then you have to deal with food. And the food's like toxic, the water's toxic, the air is toxic. So, you know, if you're not perfect and you're not pure, and you are completely dazed and confused, yeah, you're about average, you know. The only way you're going to really ground and be the power and be the light in the midst of the darkness is find the center and meditate. And as you heal your wounds, then you're going to be able to have full modalities and bring that to your clients. So, okay, so that's chaos. You're here to experience the polarities, okay? So there's extreme dark and there's extreme light. Even in the light, there's like a little bit of darkness, a little bit of material. You know, you have material without spirit, you have spirit without material. You have thought without action and action without thought. Both of those are not going to get you to that alchemical mix of creation. You're mixing energies, you're experiencing things, and you're here to choose. So, I also got a question. I absolutely believe in God, yes, to answer that question. Oh, but you're a psychic, so psychics don't believe in God. I believe in God because I am a psychic, motherfucker. So don't fuck with me, okay? That's the way it goes down. God is everywhere. There's no place that God and Goddess and divine energy is not. Meditate for 20 years and God comes as close as your breath. You know, it's right here. It's around us. Just like in Star Wars. Use the Force. The Force was Lucas based it on the principles of Taoism and the Tao Te Ching and man, I can't remember the guy's name now. I'll think of it in a minute. Yeah, so the Taoist master. So you got a Taoist master. There's a lot to choose from. So now we'll go to how to identify. Huge, like, first of all, how do I identify as spirit? You know, Wicca, pagan, witch, Buddha, healer, shaman, angel, incarnated deity, master healer. So it really doesn't matter what you call yourself, but you do have to label so other people can, like, you know, understand. So you can understand. But there is no label for God. You know what I'm saying? There's no, God cannot, God is so omnipotent that you can't really hold God to words. And that's why, you know, it was originally a sound. And a tetragrammaton was a symbol. Because they said that God, you should never say the word of God because it's so sacred. Okay. So, Some of you watching this, yeah, you're witches. Everybody's a witch now. I want to be a witch. I'm doing witchy things. Okay. People called me a witch. When I got sober, they were like, I didn't know what I was. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what my sexuality was. I didn't know what food I liked. I didn't know anything. You know, when I was drinking and taking drugs, I knew exactly who I was and what I was doing. It was about the alcohol, and I had a great time, and I made an asshole of myself. And it was embarrassing and humiliating, and my alcoholism and addiction had its way with me, and knocked the living snot out of me. At 24, I was done, and I had 4-stage liver damage. I ended up on the shores of New York City with no money, and I tried to just rebuild my life and come out of the closet as a healer, really. I mean, the kids nowadays are like, I'm non-binary, my sexuality is fluid. As a triple Gemini, I can tell you, once again, we talked about it, I think, already. So, but I did come out of the closet to my sexuality. I was like, sexuality is more. I mean, really, my Venus is in Taurus. I've got Scorpio in the 8th house. It's on, bitch. So, the master, really, you have to tame the lower energies, or you have to be... I'm going to get rid of this shirt. I can't stand the collar the way it... See my little fox here? This is my little fox. And this is the stag, or the doe. And that's the favorite animal of the Buddha, so that's right in the heart. And then this side is going to be for Snuggles. And I'm going to... Eventually, Snuggles' face is going right here. So, how do you identify? I mean, what do you want to draw from? Do you want to draw from Taoism? Do you want to draw from Buddhism? Some people say you have to have a specific school of thought and practice, and if you don't, you're a loser. And it's just another ego thing to, like, you know what I mean? To, like, push you out. Like, you're doing it wrong. You can't do anything. It's not that you can't do anything wrong. There's rules here. You've got the laws of the universe, the laws of man, and then you've got the laws of, like, God. That shall not kill. Yeah, so don't kill. It's a Buddhist thing. You're not allowed to kill anything. So we make mistakes. And we incur the karma of our actions. And so karma just is one thing affects another. And so maybe what you did in 4 lifetimes ago is now affecting you in this lifetime. What you do in this lifetime is going to set you up for your other lifetimes. That's if you want to reincarnate. You don't have to. Taking a body is not mandatory. This is not the only game in the universe. You know what I mean? There's multiverses, there's different bodies, there's different universes, there's shades and variation of this universe. It's all happening at once. Tell me that's not divine intelligence to cap a lid on all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, we are stardust, we are golden, we're here in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So, your intention to be a healer and a master healer and a Buddha becoming. So, the internet it's kind of like, take your pick. You're at a smorgasbord of psychic disciplines, schools of thought, spiritual teachers. I like Bruce Lee. He was kind of no BS, you know, be like water. It's better to be alone than to be in bad company. I think he broke code and he learned some of the Eastern mystic kung fu fighting secrets. And he came to America and he told some of the secrets and they put a death hit out on him. That's really true. And so they were coming for him. You know what I mean? I don't know what is, there's like something on my left, this side. Maybe it's an angel. So I walked in the 60s, kind of like a little indigo star child, raving, psychic, medium, disruptor. I was a disruptor from the word go. I mean, like, 3rd grade. I was like, fractions are bullshit. Like everything. Everything, I mean, I was a total disruptor, and disruptors don't really have an easy time of it here, to tell you the truth. So if you are, thank you for being on the cutting edge and creating new pathways. Thank you. But they didn't thank me. They just hated me, and I couldn't stop it either. Like, I really just had no filter. I could not shut my mouth. And it got me into a lot of trouble, and I got beaten up, and the teachers hated me, and, you know, we don't need no education. I really, like, yeah, when I heard The Wall and saw the movie, I was like, yes. So, yeah, I walked in like a lot of severe limitation. And so in today's world, you know, you're in your teens or your 20s. In today's world, yeah, the world belongs to you. Yep, see, there's Snuggles on my phone. The world belongs to you. I mean, like, at your fingertips. When I grew up and the people in the 60s and 70s grew up, I mean, there was kind of a grace, a weird grace, and it was a different time. I never thought I'd say that. Yeah, now I'm in my 60s. It was a different time. I'm kind of glad I didn't grow up with the internet. I think it's harder today, but it's also easier today. It's just different. So you can find people to mentor you. And I do professional mentoring. I also, boy, here's my plug. I don't know. Here's the website. You want to hire me? You want to be healed? You want an interdimensional shaman? You got him. I'm legitimately the real thing. I am your mojo magic man. Just come to me, and whatever it is, we'll get it fixed and heal it. What are we at? 38. So, being in a body, it's fucking uncomfortable. I mean, like, especially for you old souls, you're just like, I'm not having this. Just, you know, but then you get coffee, then you get cigarettes, then you smell incense. Then you have miracles, then you make love with your lover, then you get like an awesome dog, familiar angel. I'm so thankful. I had almost 15 years with Snuggles, and she was my true companion. She helped me with my clients. She literally, when I would have clients, she would sometimes just literally sit there and like help me heal the client. So she was like a little Buddha master healer as well. Her little body just gave out. So I'm told, yes, she's getting a new body and she's coming back. Okay, so we've had enough smoke here, okay, to last like the week. Yeah, we've got the light here going on, Shakti Namaste, and the angels are with us. I believe in angels, and I with my clients, I work with angels and avatars. And you can summon an angel and ask for the angel's help. I always say angels are everywhere. They really are. And as a psychic medium, I mean, I can just tell you, you're never alone. Like, you think you're alone? You're never alone. So let's talk about the sensual world, the world of desire. So in the tarot, you become the journey of the fool. Okay, it's called the journey of the fool. If you don't know, in the tarot card, the tarot is an esoteric system, and the major arcana is a template for us to become masters of the universe and master healers. And so you start out as, where are my tarot cards? I don't think I can grab them right this minute. You start out as the fool. The fool could be a man or a woman, and then the fool walks along the major arcana and meets all these people, archetypes, and then finally, if you go through every archetype and every station, it's built right in that you're going to get stuck right around your 40s, 50s, 60-ish. You realize you're stuck, and so the wall that you built up now is not letting anything in. And then you built the wall, you built the ego, you have all the defenses in place, and then somewhere in your 50s you realize the stuff that you really want to come in is not coming in, and so now you got to tear down the wall. But the reference is the 8th card, which I think A.E. Waite, he originally had the strength card I think it was in a different position. I can't remember which one. So the Rider-Waite classic deck, the card of strength, I don't know where it is the woman with the infinity symbol, Mother Goddess, over her head, and she's opening up the mouth of the lion. The lion is, yes, sexuality, sensuality, and the lower nature. So if you don't tame, you walk into a sea of desire and sensuality and trauma all at the same time, then all your lower centers open up. You get raped a couple times, you get put back together, and you make a mess of everything, and then hopefully your spirit guides will get to you and say, stop this shit. So it's not about purification, but it's about understanding and being aligned with what you do, as well as you got to calm your shit down below the belt. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want sensuality and sexuality and look good and have $100 million in the bank? You guys are on Instagram. You know what it's like to see all those people. Oh, I'm 20 years old and I have this, I'm stepping onto a yacht and, I'm in the Maldives having a grand time. And it creates desire, intense desire. And so you are responsible for the energy that you build up, and I tell my clients that. You know what I mean? I don't legislate the morality of the people I work with, because to do that would be to judge them. What I can do is guide them to their truth and say, you have to become conscious now to make a conscious choice. If you make a conscious choice that you want to be sexual, that's more evolved than trying to white knuckle and be purified. Because the people and the gurus that say they don't have an ego and, this is my last lifetime, you can't get rid of the ego right now. It's like in the back of our It's protean, baby. We need it. This is a world of attack and violence and sexuality and drugs and alcohol and violence. You know, so you have to find out where you are on that spectrum. And only you can really make peace with your God. I mean, there's lesbian orgies, lesbian witch orgies going on in the forest somewhere. You know what I mean? More power to you. Do what you're going to do. You're going to make mistakes. Do it with enthusiasm. You know, purification happens over, thousands of lifetimes. And, you can hang out in the ethers till eternity. You don't have to come back. You don't. If you don't want to. But, you get addicted to the violence and the sex. And you're meeting a lot of lovers. You're meeting other people. There are people that I'm just point blank slated to work with. Sometimes on the bus. Like literally, you're a master healer. You're going to just literally attract people that need to be healed. The universe will just keep sending them, because it's in your energy and it's in your aura. So at one point, I stopped reading cards. Reading cards is a form of healing. It depends on your intention, like everything else. What is your magic that you're bringing into the world? Magic, medicine, miracles. I got a bunch of miracles, and then I got healed, and I got put back together, and I guess I was just too dumb to die. And so here we are. So yes, I absolutely believe in God, because I am a trance medium, because I know that God is everywhere, and I can feel it psychically, energetically, and spiritually. So, we had to go through this whole thing about, no, you're psychic. Don't say you're psychic. That means you're evil. If you want to quote the Bible, be my guest, because I'm going to fucking deal with you right now. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says that if you get close to God, you will receive the gifts of prophecy. You will receive the gifts of the Spirit. So there's one line, I don't know, it's in Ecclesiastics or some shit, and they're like, you're a necromancer. It's the funniest shit. They literally pick out one line in the Bible. You know what I mean? Evil always sees evil. You know what I'm saying? You're evil, he's evil, you're homosexual. So yeah, I got asked, well, then I guess if you're a healer and a mystic and a psychic and a seeker, you must be evil. You're evil. I actually believe in the Christ. I do. Christ as a shaman, Christ as magician, Christ as the ultimate healer. Lazarus, he raises somebody from the dead. You got that mojo going on? You should be in front of a camera telling us about it. Oh, Snuggles, I miss you so much. Where do we go from here? Okay, so look in the mirror, and you got to figure out how you want to identify. I mean, me personally, if you're like me, you're kind of I walked in like a pink zebra. You know what I mean? I walked in like a pink plaid unicorn. From here I am. And, people never seen it before. I mean, I was attacked. I was revered. I threw magic all over the place. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, The worst kind of witch, Buddha shaman is the one that you don't know you're a shaman. You don't know you're a witch. You don't know. And so, my higher power put a stop to it and woke me up at 24. You need to get sober because you're just doing damage all over the place. I didn't know that I didn't know. Now that you know, you better know. So you got to have a talk with yourself in the mirror, and you got to ask your guides and the ancestors, what am I doing in this lifetime? And if you want to call me, I will channel it for you and figure it out. There's an unbelievable culture war that's going on, and it's war. It is war. It's war. This is like the history of this planet is attack and war and fire and blowing shit up and explosions and orgies. You know what I'm saying? Cut yourself a break. That's what you're dealing with. You're in a sea of all of that. And the only way to stop you from running around and acting from your own wound and your own pain is you got to stop, Shakti. Okay? This is your wake-up call. You're watching these videos, you're getting the Shakti. What do I channel? I channel the divine feminine aspect of God, which is goddess, the divine feminine. And somewhere on my TV show, I don't know, I had the blessing of the Guru Mai. She actually gave me a chocolate bar personally. It's another whole episode of Kirktv, and my whole life fucking imploded because I got the Shakti from literally right in front of the Guru. And there's people that pray. We have 8 minutes left. There's people that pray to Guru Mai. There's been some kind of weird scandal, but I was a butler, a room service waiter, and I walked in this room, and there was Guru Mai, and I looked at her, and she looked at me. And I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? She was so used to people oh my God, bowing. I didn't know what a Buddha was. I didn't know what a guru was. I was the fool. I was just the fool, Parsifal, just stumbling around, and I just happened to open the door, and here was the Guru. And she looked at her brother, and she looked at me, and I was like, wow, there's something. I mean, she was in an orange robe with a bindi dot on her forehead. I knew that, but I was like, wow, I was using my psychic power, even though I didn't know that I was really psychic, and at that point. But I was like, there's something really, I felt the power. I felt it, and I looked at her, and we were this close, and she looks at me, and she looks at her brother, and she shakes her head, and I'm like, hi, Guru lady. And, to be in the presence of divinity, she handed me a chocolate bar. So I talked about that, Guru Mai and the chocolate bar. And my whole life, about 3 weeks later, I had a complete and absolute Shakti Kundalini awakening breakdown. And I was in bed for 3 years. The spiritual Kundalini purification awakening, it's not for the timid. It is so... you think it's rainbows and unicorns. It's walking out of the darkness and breakdowns and Kundalini panic and shit going on in your chakras. It's not for wimps. Planet Earth, Taking a Body is a masterclass in transmuting all that pain, darkness, insanity, and all your wounds into magic and gold and love and light. That's the short, alchemical version. All paths lead to the divine. I heard that in a recovery meeting last night. Thank you very much. All paths lead to the divine. When I'm awake, it's so uncomfortable, even at this level, I guess you want to call it, of evolvement at this point, and the divine energy and Shakti comes through me. So at some point, I had a Kundalini breakdown, and the internet was just starting, and so I got in these Yahoo groups, which were huge in the 90s, and I found like support for Kundalini Breakdowns, and I found all these people, and I read their stories online about how it's debilitating. Mother Goddess heals in a non-linear way, and you just got to roll with it. Literally let go and let Goddess. I mean, my entire energetic body. Oh, that's what it will end with, the Alchemy of Change. So let me find that on my computer, and then we'll wrap it up for today. Shakti. So you're getting the Shakti. So the Shakti had to come through me, but the alchemic. It's a miracle I can even see at this point. The alchemy of change, of chaos. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared. I'm gonna get in trouble. Here we go. Okay. So I've got my thing up here. The Alchemy of Change by Jana Dixon. Oh, the Kundalini fire. I had the Kundalini fire burn my ass and knock me on my ass. So here's what Jana Dixon says. Metamorphosis is a process of purification, and yet it is not a simple detoxification that is occurring, but the ongoing evolution of life itself. Kundalini purifies the body and the mind so that our deeper self incarnates. Evolution simply is. It is simply what is when we stop suppressing, abusing, and holding ourselves back from the fluid realization of our being. Because of the collective forces of inertia and resistance, there's a tension between what we are now and that which is trying to manifest from beyond the veil. Due to the disparity of birthing, consciousness can be enormous. The disparity and pressure of birthing consciousness can be enormous, and there is a tendency for the poor ego to be drawn all over the map while the deeper self is coming to light. Thus, we need enormous faith, understanding, and compassion in order to ride the wave. Ride the wave of emergence into the depths of the unknown takes autonomous insight and intelligence to avoid being smashed under the wave or vainly try to save ourselves by crawling back up the beach. Kundalini is Sanskrit for to burn, to coil, or to spile. A concentrated field of intelligent, cosmic, visible energy, absolutely vital to life, beginning in the base of the spine, where a man or woman begins to evolve as wisdom is earned. Kundalini has been described as liquid fire. Oh man, that is awesome. And liquid light. The ultimate outcome of the Kundalini is union of will, knowledge, and action. Shakti Namaste. So, I guess it was inevitable. I would just be this, like, I'm definitely getting rid of this shirt because I can't stand the collar, like I was touching my neck like that. I read past lives, and I actually have not looked at my past lives. I probably already know what they are, you know what I mean? The levity of this lifetime is enough at this point. And, you know, I'm probably like con man, prostitute. I think I have like so many lifetimes in London. I'm really called to London in the late 1800s. That's like my favorite. So if you want to know about your past lives and you can't access them, you know, if you're drawn to a particular place, a particular period, a particular way of dress, you know, you probably had a lot of lifetimes. So I think I had a lot in London and France. I think my main draw. But I came in as, you know, I stepped in Los Angeles. Oh, talk about a seething cauldron of darkness. Like LA likes to think it's the, the new age capital of the world. Actually, New York Magazine did a piece, and they said there's more healers in New York. So eventually I was slated to be in New York, in one of the most haunted places on the face of the planet, Hell's Kitchen. It's on ghost tours. So I think that's about it. We talked about the Kundalini. You have to find out what your gift wants and how you're going to identify, and you're allowed to change and grow and expand in 14 seconds. For now, the commodity is time. Don't forget that, so don't waste your time. Alexa is going to tell us that the time is up right now. Okay, my name is Kirk Kerber. I take clients and I give readings. Alexa, thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to help.
Happy to help. The essence of being a healer. You want to be a 5-star healer? Meditate on love. Meditate on love every single day. Love, divine intelligence, will versus will and action together. This has been Kirk Kerber. May all your dreams come true. Remember, it's not about power, it's about grace. Shakti, Shakti, Namaste. This has been video 6, and it's been my pleasure to be your sacred healer and be in the temple, the cyber temple of love, and I will see you next time. If Goddess willing, there's a video 7. I am just, as a healer, you have to go where you're kicked almost. Your spirit guides say meditate on love for 40 days. And I'm like, no, let's not do it. Really? And then they come back to you. Nope, you're going to do it. So, okay. Because, my guides are the connection to the avatars and the angels, and I have to trust my guides. And so that seems about right. Yes, meditate on love for 40 days for 20 minutes. You want the challenge? There it is. Okay, my name's Kirk Kerber. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my experience, past, present, and future. And I'll see you next time in the Cyber Temple of Love. Shakti, Namaste. Did you turn it off? Oh my God.